I know how hard you all work. And I know that the work you do is demanding. Challenges that didn't even exist during much of Hillel's 9-year history make your jobs today more complicated and demanding than ever. And to top it off, lots of folks sitting on the sidelines feel free to tell you how to do your job. It reminds me of the political pundits on the cable talk shows. You know, they get paid to tell politicians how they should have handled a problem, what they did wrong, without any appreciation of what it's really like in the arena. I remember this feeling well from my days in politics. But you know, Judaism is a religion of joy, as Yossi said, of simcha. We come before God in song. We rejoice in the Torah. But despite this tradition of joy, one of our great rabbis, the great-grandson of the Baal Shem Tov, Reb Nachman of Bratslav, had a difficult time feeling joy. It was always a struggle for him. He saw the world as a narrow bridge. The feeling of being on a narrow bridge. There's never enough money to do that which needs to be done, and too much time is spent raising what we do have. The staff you have works hard and tries hard, but it's not always the exact staff we need at the moment. Your board means well, but they don't like to ask their friends for money. And what should be our greatest joy, the land of the people of Israel, on too many campuses has become our greatest struggle. Now, it's not my intention to dwell at length on this struggle tonight. We have other times and other sessions set aside for this important discussion at this global assembly. However, it is simply not possible to address you this evening without acknowledging the extent to which the BDS movement on campuses and the challenge to Hillel's Israel guidelines have taken so much of our time these past 18 months. And the BDS movement seems destined to take even more time in the coming year. Hillel is not immune to the forces roiling our world. In fact, because of our size and breadth, we stand in the middle of those crosswinds and in the direct path of incoming fire from many directions. That's because we work on 550 college campuses in North America and beyond. As the central address of Jewish life on campus, we are a big target. Last year, the 10th anniversary of the BDS campaign saw more anti-Jewish activity on American college campuses than in the previous 10 years combined. Thanks to your hard work and commitment, and by working more closely than ever with our pro-Israel partners, BDS proponents suffered more defeats last year than in the previous year. And you know and I know that each minute spent on these matters was a minute not spent teaching the beauty of our tradition and our path to living a fulfilling, meaningful life. I won't mince words. BDS exists to do only one thing: destroy the state of Israel. Its American-based supporters and activists, no matter what they call themselves, want to pull Hillel away from our core mission and vision to connect Jewish college students to Jewish life, Jewish learning, and to the state of Israel. At the end of the day, that will never happen. It will never happen because we will not let it happen, and because our friends won't let it happen. Let me give you one example. Thanks to the support of the Jewish Federations of North America, our recently created Division of Israel Education and Engagement, Hinenu, was able to bring representatives from Makom, many of you know the organization dedicated to enriching Israel educational initiatives, to more than 20 campuses in the fall for intensive training with students and staff to prepare for anti-Israel activities afterwards. And with support of JFNA, the Jewish Agency, the Jim Joseph Foundation, 30 veteran Israel fellows, reservists, Miluim we call them, came to campuses this fall that did not have permanent Israel fellows to also help us be prepared. We are also thankful to our friends like Jonathan Kessler at AIPAC and student leaders whose work on campus is so critical and whose collaboration with Hillel, leaders on campus, is deeply appreciated. And we are deeply grateful for our very close working relationship with the Israel on Campus Coalition. And we established it under Jacob Bain. Students involved with AEPI, with Stand With Us, with Camera, with After the David Project, are among the leaders on campus facing down BDS and anti-Jewish issues. We thank them for being with us here also at this global assembly. And we thank, on many campuses, the students from J Street U who have also joined in the coalition against BDS. And I must give a special thank you to our generous donors who help fund so much of our important pro-Israel work. Without your faith in us and your active support, we could not do what we do. Now, just as we have become more sophisticated in dealing with the annual SJP conference, with lessons learned from Mike Urim at Penn and Serena Eisenberg at Stanford that were applied and improved upon by Jeff Summit at Tufts just this fall, so will we become more skilled and sophisticated at beating the BDS challenge. However, we must make the extra effort, not just to win these fights, but to do so without losing sight of the joy and the simcha that we experience by building our own relationship with the Jewish state, and that we want our students to experience when we help them do the same. That's why we will continue to increase our efforts to engage and educate all Jewish students about what Israel means to the Jewish people and what its detractors on campus are really trying to do. We must do both, and we can do both.